So we're in game and all set up and ready to go. So let's go introduce our players to just get this underway nice and quickly, because we have been a little bit delayed and trying to sort a couple of things out, both on the team side of things and on my side of things. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight on into this best of 7 all kill series. In the upper left hand corner, starting off for team property, we have the red Zerg player. It is going to be Snuffe. And down to the bottom left is the teal Pros player from mYinsanity, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Arium. Arium, who was able to take down, I'm pretty sure he took down Jaedong last night in Shoutcraft Clan Wars. I'm pretty sure that was last night, if not the night before. So, you know, some potential for Arium to get some work done against this lineup. The lineups today for mYinsanity: Arium as their starting player, Penguin, Smile and Patreus behind, and from property they have Snuffe as their first player, as you can see on the screen, and their follow-up will be Moro, Zanster and Starnan in some combination. So that is the lineups of the two teams here tonight, and again this is the Cascade Clan League. In between one of the games we'll have a little bit of a look at the table and see how all the teams are doing and where teams are at right now. This is the 4th round. We had a 4th round match the other day. Most of the 4th round matches got played a couple of days ago, but this match got delayed just for a couple of days. Just a couple of teams wanted to postpone it, so they did, and yeah, they postponed it, and we have it here today. So this is actually a match we decided that I wanted to cast originally a couple of days ago, and in the end we actually casted Root versus Monolith team, which was a bit of a letdown because we actually only saw 2 games in the entire series, so that kind of sucked a little bit. But nice to be able to now see property versus mYinsanity. I think we casted property versus Millennium last week in round 3, or might have been round 2. I think it was round 3 actually. I think we casted property versus Millennium, and they were some really good games. It was actually a really good series. It's up on the YouTube channel right now if you guys want to go check it out at some point after the stream today, or if you're just looking for something else to watch. That's up at youtube.com/sc2improve. It should be, I think there's a playlist for it, so you should be able to find it there. If not, you can find it on the front page of our website at sc2improve.net. But we are getting into this game, and we are getting set up into this ZVP. Again, a little bit of a rushed introductions. So again, how is everyone doing? This is property versus mYinsanity. I'm Wardy, and yeah, part of the Cascade Clan League. So again, every team plays against every other team in this league. 19, which means every team plays 19 matches in the group stage over the course of June and July, and once it ends, the top 6 teams head into the playoffs. I think the top 2 teams get slots straight into the semi-finals, and the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th teams play against each other in a single elimination bracket. So essentially a round of 8, only with 6 teams and 2 byes, if that makes sense to you. First couple of seconds on the way across the map. I mean, one of them is chasing after this probe, which checked and sees no 3rd base right now. There is a gas already taken and mined up here, so that Snuffe can start that Zerglin speed. This other Zerglin did move across the map, but didn't really see too much of interest. I mean, there's not really much to see at this sort of point of the game, apart from, I guess, what units are out on the map, I suppose. See what kind of units his opponents open up with, and I guess I could tell him a couple of things, as these Zerglins are not going to be able to grab that probe. Mothership Core just about coming to the rescue there, right at the end. So, Mothership Core is doing a alright job keeping that probe alive, and this probe's actually going to be putting down a couple of gateways here right now, as 3rd hatch will start on the other side of the map for our Zerg player. And yeah, we're just getting set up into this, so we'll see what Arium wants to get up to, see what sort of build he wants to try and go for, see if he wants to apply some pressure. I mean, a couple of gateways already down, suggests that if he wants to, he could maybe move across the map and maybe open a couple of units, try and force a couple of Zerglings out, but he's actually just going to put the Forge down in his main base, so it looks as though he's just playing this nice and laid back, and we're not going to be seeing anything too aggressive from him in the super near future. Zerglin speed for Snuffe just about to finish up, but again, probably not expecting too much to come of that. There's only 4 Zerglins on the map, 8 more being made. I suppose more than anything, just a couple of safety units, push back any couple of units which might try and come across the map. And there's a Roach one up as well, so I mean, Snuffe is getting into a nice safe position. He's going to have pretty much everything he needs, and yeah, the Zerglins try and move forwards here. Turned away though by those couple of sentries at the front wall. So they move back, and Snuffe just pushing his creep across the map. That third base is just about to finish up. He's going to start saturating that now as well. And of course we are here on Cactus Valley, which is one of the larger maps in the map pool alongside Iron Fortress right now. So generally Zerg players really do kind of like this map because it's nice and big. You know, there are a lot of choke points, but that also means there's a lot of kind of avenues for attack. If you can get into that later stage of the game where counterattacks can be very effective. Problem right now is, though, we're probably not going to be seeing that later stage of the game because there's a bunch of extra gateways on the way up over here for Arium, putting on 5 extra gateways, so that's going to take him to 8 in total. Snuffe sees a lot of sentries here at the front, and he is going to start making a couple of roaches after seeing this. Has got his lair on the way, a couple more gases being taken as well, and he's just starting up a few more drones, so he's not really taking this super seriously just yet. And I'm not sure if he really saw. I don't think he did. I don't think he did see these units moving out, but he's going to start pulling them back right now. Now he sees them moving across. He sees the pylon as well, so he's got to start thinking, well, something's coming my way. What exactly is it going to be? He's only on 46 drones, so he's not. I wonder if he's just made kind of 5 drones too many. I think the last couple of drones which he added on might have just been kind of the tipping point. But let's see what Arium can get done. He's going to have +1. He's going to have a bunch of force fields available to him. And of course 8 gateways to warp in from. And right now, Snuffe, well, he's got 8 more lings on the way and 6 roaches. So as these all kind of join up together, it's going to become quite the sizable army. Is it going to be enough to push back this Protoss army? I think initially here, Snuffe probably does have enough to turn this around. It doesn't look as though Arium has all too much. As a couple of zealots, another stalker gets added on, and these units from Arium just poking forwards, looking to see what they might be able to get up to. As so far so good. He's actually doing a nice little bit of control and picking off Zerglings for pretty much free. As this time he looks as though he's going to commit a little bit more. Time Warp, kind of a bit of a waste really. Doesn't really achieve anything at all. Preempt stops the Zerg from really moving forwards. Forces come down, another Time Warp as well though, as Arium is going to really commit to this time around. A lot of these roaches taking damage. A couple of zealots in the back for Arium not really able to get forwards and to add in any damage. Another set of force fields come down, but these are kind of some of the last force fields Arium's going to have here. A couple more zealots make their way to the front. A couple of stalkers join into the army as well from that reinforcing pylon. Is there enough though for Arium to keep moving forwards? The supply gap is dropping. Of course, there is that +1 on the Protoss army here, and drones are actually going to start being pulled into this as reinforcements coming in for Snuffe. A couple of force fields going down, just blocking off them units from the third base. Some of the drones do slip through, but Arium, he's just stepping over towards the natural, picking off as many roaches as he can. And again, the supply difference between these two is getting narrower and narrower, which is always going to be a good thing for the Protoss player. 6 workers killed. And now Snuffe is just still desperately trying to make as many units as he can, but is he able to keep up? He lost one of his queens, so he's losing injects, and he doesn't quite have as much love as he would like. He lost some drones as well, so not quite as much income as he might like either. And these roaches, they're being pushed back, and it looks as though Arium might just about be able to push his way through here. He's continuing to move forwards. He's again just closing that supply gap, and Snuffe just doesn't have enough. These roaches, they're not going to be able to do it on their own, and again, it seems as though while he bought a lot of time before Arium really committed, when Arium did commit, the force fields were really good, and you know, they blocked off enough units. And I think the main issue was Snuffe just needed a little bit more, a little bit sooner. So again, just cutting a couple of extra drones, because he did see them units. He saw a lot of sentries at the front, so he had to think to himself, do I need just a couple more units? And he chose to drone up instead, and that might have cost him. He's still hanging on here. He's still got a few roaches, and I mean, we are out of sentries now from Snuffe. But there's still going to be that +1 difference, and I mean, Zealot Stalker is still kind of decent against pure Roach, but more roaches on the way out, so I guess Snuffe, if he can just hang on and keep making units, this could go his way. But no injects coming in from that third base, no injects coming in from the natural. I guess he doesn't really have the money to require injects on all 3 bases, but I mean, well, he isn't even injecting on his main base either, but is he really lava starved? No, he's more money starved, and again, that's because he's lost 12 drones throughout all of this. Arium just continuing to warp in right now. Another Cryptium being spread forward here by Snuffe, and just seeing a couple more units added in to this composition. Again, we've got a couple of sentries added on, but there's not too much gas. I mean, Arium still hasn't taken his gases at the natural, which is kind of standard for this sort of all-in play, so you can't afford to warp in too many extra sentries, and that's why we see so many zealots for him right now. And again, they're great against the Zerglings, but against the roaches, they're not the best. But at this point in time, the sheer numbers might just be too much. Them 2 sentries are invaluable, because them 2 force fields have really allowed these zealots to get something done here and really connect with these roaches, add on a little bit of DPS, as well as just being kind of there to kind of tank against the shots from his opponent. And Snuffe is going to try and step as best he can, just trying to buy time for reinforcements to come in and help him out. But again, Arium just has a little bit too much right now. He got the momentum early on in this attack, and it's just kept kind of flowing for him. changes direction now and heads towards the natural, where he's actually going to pick off a single roach coming in from that third base, another one as well going down here in a couple of moments. And well, these roaches, they're going to try and come back in from behind, but there's just not enough. And drone's going to be pulled off the line from the natural middle line, and Arium now just going to move backwards and slowly take out the last few roaches. A few more popping out, but now the drones are going to be traded against, and again, this should be it. GG is called. Arium drops a set of force fields as the GG comes out there, and that will be game number 1 over to